So first we look at some of the edges. Might be something, a little white dot there, but that's neither here nor there. I'm sure that can kind of come off, as well as that right there. This might also be either a little dust. It's all good, Betty. That's what I'm assuming. These little white dots, I'm assuming they're probably little dust particles or something like that that can easily get wiped off. So I'm not gonna. So we got one there, one there, one there. Again, assuming that they can probably get removed. Let's see. Something might be there. Not too sure. Let's see. But the edges though are actually pretty clean. Got some, again, a little bit more white specks there, but not too bad all around. So let's look at the centering. So if I'm going to look here, the centering honestly looks pretty decent from left to right, top down. Just taking a look here, because the full arts, you have to obviously be really careful. We have to look, really the only bottom centering that we can go off of is that bottom left to compare it to the entire top. And we also have the same problem on the right side. We only have in this section to look at that top, that left side. But I would say all in all, with what I see, unless there are some scratches on the hollow, which I can't see any at first glance. Again, we can only really work with what we got, right? So with the angle that I am seeing, I'm not seeing any significant scratches, so that's pretty clean. I would say the curve doesn't necessarily impact, as long as it, is somewhat flat by the time you submit it, it should be fine. So I would say, based off of, if we can get some of these like little dust particles wiped off, assuming that's what they are, as well as ensuring that there are no real scratches, which I can't really see from this picture. The centering looks really good so far. So I'm probably, it's very tough for me to really say a PSA 10 on the front to start, but I'd say probably a 9, as long as we can get rid of those dots. So let's flip it over. And this is probably what's going to take it a little bit down from the 9, but let's take a look. So we're going to look on the top. We have a little white ding right there on the top left. We have some whitening on the left, those 3 little dots. More edge wear on the side, one right there. So I would say right off the bat, just from this side alone, we're already kind of in the near mint or PSA 7 range. Those might be some dots we can remove, but I'm not sure. And again, just some more whitening on the sides. Got some surface scratches right there on the back. We got some pretty, this is what's nice about this little magnifying tool. Now that I have it built into the browser, you can kind of see that scratch really apparent on that top of that Pokeball. And then I'm just trying to look here. So it's really just mild surface wear. And then maybe something right there. I'm not too sure. It looks like a little 9. But so the question becomes, are there too many white spots and white edges giving us issues on the back? Because the front, again, the front at first glance looks really clean. Assessed as kind of a 9 on the front, but on the back is really where we're going to have to really figure out what the appropriate grade is. So what we like to do is, so we have, here is the front, here is the back, and let's see what chat thinks on what this card would get as a PSA 10. And I'll let that run. All right, so we're going to end that. So we're thinking, so for a chat grade, that is going to be between 7 and 6. So I'm thinking it's most likely going to be and look at that, my grade is already up there from last time. So I'm thinking it'll probably get a 6. Honestly, this scratch wasn't there, I'd probably say 7. But since it is with the number of whitening along the edge of the card, that's probably what's holding it back.